Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time here, you're very much welcome. So today I'll be sharing with us how I made this beautiful armless top, and if this is something you would love to make, keep watching, don't go away. And if this is your first time here or you've been here before and you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe to the channel, like my videos, drop your comments, share with your families and friends, and also turn on the post notification so you get notified anytime I post a video. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back guys. So the first thing I did was measure out my chest line measurements, my nipple points measurements, my underbust measurements, and my waistline measurements, which is what I'm doing right now. So after that, I'm just going to draw a line across each and every one of them. So for this chest line, to get your chest line, you have to divide your bust by 4. You're going to add 1.5 to whatever you get, and then you're going to be adding 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So that is that about that. So I just went ahead and labeled everything, and the next thing I did was get my shoulder measurements, which I marked on the shoulder line and also on the chest line, and I'm just going to connect both of them like that. So the next thing I did was get my neckline. So I used 3 inches by 3 inches, and then I went ahead and used my cuff to join both of them. And after that, I came down by 1.5 inch for the slope. I know we added just 1 inch for the slope, but for the front part, I'll be using 1.5. I went ahead and divided what I had left, divided by 2, and then I came in by 0.5. And on the chest line, I measure out my bust measurements, which is the bust divided by 4. And I marked that out, and then I went ahead and used my cuff to join the 3 points that I have. So that serves as the armhole. So the next thing I did was get the nipple to nipple point measurements. That's your nipple to nipple divided by 2. I have 3.5. I marked it on the waistline and also did the same on the bust point. And that is the line right there. And then on the shoulder slope, I divided it by 2 equal parts, and then I joined it to my bust point. So this is what I have. So the next thing I did was get my my darts. So I came in by 2 inches on the parts going by the side, and also went in by 0.5 inch on the side going to the middle part. I did the same on the waistline like that, and then I went ahead and used my ruler to connect both points together. And after that, I came down by 1 inch from the bust point, and then I went ahead and draw my cuffs like that. Yeah, so that is what I have for that. And I also marked the upper part on the chest line, but I wouldn't be using that. Yeah, I won't be using that. So let's just forget about that for now. And so what I did next was came up by 2.5 inch, because I didn't want the front part of my top to be so open. And so on that line, I'm going to go in by come out by 0.75 and 0.5. Yeah, so that part is 0.75 and the other part is 0.5. You see, I'm cleaning that out because that was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. So I'm just joining the cuffs like that. Okay, so this is what I have. The next thing I did was measure out how deep I want my neckline to be. So whatever you want, you can do that. So just freestyle that. And so this is what I have. And then, yeah, so whatever I had there, I went out and measured it on the side part, because whatever you take out for the dart, you have to add it back to the side of your measurement, which is what I did. So now I'm going to take a measurement for the waist. So I have 8.5, then I added the 2 inch, so I have 2.5 added that I took in for the dart. so I added it over there. And for my under bust too, whatever I have there, I measured it out and then I marked it on the side. So this is what we have. We're going to be making use of so I'm going to be cutting it out. So we won't be using the yoke, we're just using the lower part of the top. So just go on with me like that. Okay, so this is what we have for the front part of the tube top. So this is what we have for the front part. So I'm just going to set it aside and go ahead and draft out the back part of the top. So that's my shoulder line. I'm going to measure out my chest line, the on the bust, and also the waistline. So for the back, I'm using my chest line, on the bust, and the waistline. So I'm going to draw the lines across like so. And then after that, the next thing I did was the shoulder, shoulder divided by 2. I'm going to mark it on the shoulder line and also on the chest line, and then go ahead and connect both of them. And then the next thing is the neckline, 3 inches by 1 inch. That's what I used for the back. Then I went ahead and draw out my cuff like so. And then for the shoulder slope, we're coming down by 1 inch instead of 1.5 that we came down at the front. So 1 inch, and then divide what I have left by 2 equal parts. And then I came in by 0.5. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect everything together. So on the chest line, I measure out my bust measurements. Your bust measurement divided by 4. So whatever you get, you're just going to mark it there and draw out your arm or cuff. So next thing is the nipple to nipple point measurement, so that we can take in our darts. So I just went ahead and measured that on the waistline and also on the chest line. And then from the chest line, I came down by 1 inches. And on the darts on both sides, I came in by 0.5. And then I went ahead and just joined it. Okay, so then the next thing I did was just place my measurements, my waistline measurements, my under bust measurements, and my chest and my bust measurements. While doing that, do not forget to add the dart measurements to whatever you get. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put all the points like that. So this is what I have. The next thing I did was just come down so I can before that, for the zipper part to be able to not come out bulky, so I came in by 0.5 on the waistline, and then I connected it to the top like so. Note, I did not add any zipper allowance to this draft. So anytime you're cutting it out on the fabric, do not forget to add your zipper allowance and also add the seam allowance. So for the back, I just came down by I think 8 inches for the back, so because it's a low back, so I think 8 inches, and then I went ahead and just draw out the cuff and connected it, and this is what I have for the back. So that is what we have. We have the back and we also have the front. So this is how it's gonna look. Okay, now to the lower part of the top. I mean the yeah, to the lower part of the top. So you're going to fold your fabric into 4, as if you're going to cut out a flare, but only this time around it's going to be in a form of a rectangle. So I already cut out the upper part because I thought my phone was recording, but it wasn't recording. So what I did was my waist measurement divided by 6.28. That's what I used to cut out the upper part of the fabric. And then you can see the front part is a little bit shorter than the back. And I also opened up the part so that when I fix it, I'll be able to add my zipper allowance. So for the top, I went in and add my my bust parts, and also cut out the lining for each and every one of it. So this is what I have. I already went ahead and sew everything, so I'm just here just joining the lower part of the top to the upper part of the top. I thought I recorded every one of that, but it ended up that I did not record it. It wasn't recording. I hope you understand this. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me, and I'll be looking forward to you trying out this top. I love it so much, and I'm hoping you love it too. If you're yet to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to comment. You can also share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. So I'll see you next class or next time. Thank you. Bye.